Alright, so what I want to talk about right now is something called list comprehension. This is a very important topic in Python and it saves you a lot of time when you are coding for loops. So let's say that I have a string s which contains the following, this. Okay? It's just a string that says this, okay? And I would like to extract this string and put every single letter in a list. All right? The conventional way to do that is by just saying for, maybe L for letter in S, and then we would say something like, let's create an empty list here. Let's say this is li for list, and it is empty. So here I would say li dot append L, right? This is how we usually do it. And this will iterate over every letter we have, and then it will add it to this list. So I will end up with something like this. I have a list and it will be like T, then we have the H, then we have the I, then we have the S. Okay, we will end up with something like that. But take a look, we had to write a for loop and a statement to do that. With list comprehension, we can create a shortcut when we are trying to append to this list. The syntax would be something like that. Let's say that li right now will equal to, we will open a bracket, and we are going to say x, for example, and here we would say for x in S, and that's it. So what we are saying here is, take this x and start adding it as an element to this list. What is x exactly? Here we are specifying what is x. So initially we are saying add this x to the list or append this x, and then here we are specifying what is x exactly. And here it is for x in S, meaning that extract every element in S in every loop and put it in X. Okay, so it will automatically end with this list right here. Okay, it's a really simple syntax. But sometimes it's confusing because we have an X here and X here. What does this mean? So this is why I'm just making it easy for you. The first X is nothing but what you want to put in your list, and then you are specifying what is X exactly. Let's try to code this. So right here, we are going to create a string, which equals to this is nice, maybe, okay? And in order to implement the list comprehension, all we need to do is just say s is equal to, meaning update my s, to this new value, x for x in S. Now, if I try to print x, sorry, not xs, take a look here. We have all the letters unpacked into this list, even with the spaces. See, the spaces right here are just an empty string. That's good. Now, let's say that I need more conditions. Maybe I don't want to include the spaces. Well, you can simply just add a condition to this list comprehension as well. All you need to say is if x is not equal to an empty space, right? This is all you need to do now. Run it again, and you will see that we got rid of all the spaces. Let's say that maybe I have another condition. Maybe I don't want the letter I to be included. Okay, so all I need to say is and x is not equal to the letter I. Okay, we don't want any i's. And here we go. We removed the i's and the spaces, so you can add as many conditions as you need actually. That's really good. So let me sum it up one more time. I know I have repeated this multiple times. Just separate it like that for the syntax. remove all the conditions for less confusion, separate this to two sections, create a letter here, let's say X, whatever, and this letter will be what will be packed inside this list. Then just say a simple for loop for X, the same X variable you're saying, which will be unpacked in the list, in whatever list you have. So this X in every iteration will go inside this S and extract every element. Where will this X go? It will go in here, in the list. Let me give you another example. Let's say you want to create a list with a certain range. You can easily do it like that. So we would say li of numbers, let's create a list that is called like this. And we'll say x for x in range of maybe 100, or maybe this is too much, 10. Okay, and now all I need to do is maybe just print this list of numbers. I'm gonna remove this print for a second, and let's print it. As you can see now, you got yourself an array of numbers, so that's really good. All you said is for x in the range of 10. So extract the whole range from 0 to 9 and put it in x, and then this x will be populating the whole list. Let's say that maybe you need only odd numbers, okay, in this list. You don't need any even numbers. So all you need to say is if x module 2 is not equal to 0. If the number module 2 is equal to 0, it means it's even. If it does not equal to 0, it means it is odd. Now, if I try to do this, you'll see that I got only odd numbers. Let's say I want even numbers. Just say equal equal. And I will be getting 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, which are even numbers. So list comprehensions can be really, really useful in many cases.